What up, folks? Welcome back to Ultrazilla Toys, and today I have a review of the Marvel Legends Black Costume Spidey. Really one of my all-time favorite looks, if not my all-time favorite look for Spider-Man, even more so than the classic look. Dare I say that? Yeah, I'm daring. I'm pretty sure it is. This was like, the quintessential outfit for me from when collecting comics and buying them and reading them was like, just in its infancy, really, so it shaped the way I thought about comics a lot, and if, you're an old-time comics fan, you'll know that this pose he's in right now is from pretty much the first appearance. I think it's the first appearance of the black costume in Secret Wars. So there you go. Also, I'm gonna point it out right now. If you're wondering why he came with these two open hands, I'm gonna guess it's for that. Of course it's also for wall crawling, but I'm pretty positive someone at Hasbro, took that iconic initial pose into consideration when they decided on what accessories he was going to come with. And that's really it. He comes with these two hands. Let's talk about it right now. And in the box, he came with two fisted hands, which are very nice. Has a little black dot there for where the webs come out. There are no thwipping hands with this figure, so if you're a big fan of the thwip hands, you're not getting them. You're gonna have to go and paint one of your other figures, so that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. What you do get, though, is a really cool figure. I love it. It's just so much fun, to have this like this. Yeah, I mean, it just pulls on so many heartstrings, it's just so awesome to have this. I didn't really get a chance to handle it much before. I opened it and I just put it back down right before the new year, so I really could not include it in my best of. But, just feeling it now and holding it and just, messing around with it a little bit right before this, I could tell it was going to be a favorite. I like the simple look. It's, it's good. It looks great. There's not much to complain about with a figure like this, unless they, totally messed up some of the paints, which... Alright, let's look at the paints first. And his eyes are done well on mine, so very happy, very important. The chest part of the spider looks okay until you get to some of the sides there. A little bit of a mess up there, but it isn't so bad. There's some mess up right in the middle here as well. So a little bit of an extra coat would have done it well, but on a figure that's this simple, with just white, that's easy to fill in. You could tell it's not really totally cracked. It's just some holes in the bumps where the paint just didn't take well. The back looks good for the most part. I have a little dot right there. So, and his hands are well done. Nothing wrong. So that's it. There's your paint. White. The white on the black. Nothing else. So, not much to complain about there. Very minor details. But let me tell you, my Pizza Spidey is way worse than this. And it kind of made me hate that figure. So, yeah, it's the same body, but that figure for me was such a mess that, I just don't like it. Yes, I totally really like the articulation. Let's talk about the articulation. Good, really good articulation on this body. As you know, head is on a ball joint and a hinge there, so really nice movement. And the best part of this figure is obviously the butterfly joints, which, hey, look, paint inside there and it's done well. Really cool. It's not broken on mine at all. Whereas the Pizza Spidey is a mess. So this is really great. You get a lot of movement and a butterfly joint. For Spidey, you need that. And I was kind of disappointed over summer where the Miles Morales and the Ultimate Spidey did not have that. You know, you still got a lot of like good movement there, but you know, it's just so much better with. You got a double jointed elbow here, both sides, nice ab crunch. Not. You know, like, I'll mention it here again. If you watch my top 16 of 2016, the Black Panther still has the best ab crunch. I don't know. It's just so much different than a lot of these. You got a waist swivel. And that was the only Marvel Legends that made it into my top. But it was pretty high. Unfortunately, like, I can't get his legs too wide. That's a bit of a bummer. I can't remember, like, I don't have my Pizza Spidey here, so I'm guessing it's the same, but I could have sworn it was more. You got a thigh cut there, you know, because thighs do that. This is the one piece of articulation of figures that I don't need. I'm always going to say you're just breaking up the sculpt for something that you can't do on your own leg, so why bother? Double joint for the knee, really nice. Ankle rocker and hinge, so on the foot. All good. As far as the sculpt, again, it's a Pizza Spidey body, so it's a really slim, nice look. You know, really, you know, one of the best in the Marvel Legends line, and they, you know, they use it often because it's, for these slender characters, it's really good. I'm just gonna point out a little bit of like kind of like mold flash here, you know, like in the sculpt. It's just on both sides I'm getting this like not so great look, like it's like actually if you go down the legs, like, could have been like buffed out a little bit or something, because, you know, the body doesn't have that, but the legs do. Do the arms? Not really. So it's mostly my legs have, like, from the cut down, I mean, it's hard to see on the camera, but it's like, maybe you can hear it. See, you don't hear there? It's like a texture on there almost. Like it could have been buffed out a little more. I don't know how to fix that, really. It's not like a deal breaker or anything, but it's definitely something that like caught my eye really quick. And there you go. Black costume Spidey. I like it. You know, like articulation's awesome. You know, I love this costume so much. And let's switch out a hand, because we haven't. Oh, and I knocked down a figure there that maybe we should some size comparisons with. It's the same couple figures that's been on my desk the last couple days. That's how it goes. You just grab some figures and then they end up hanging out. So here's a Black Series Darth Revan. These two dark characters. Definitely like Spidey more. And look, he's shedding some more. And here's Harley from DC Multiverse. I'll save you. Yep. So there's a couple of size comparisons. Let's get Mr. Parker here in a good pose to end with. If you want to stand for me. Yeah, alright. So that's all I got, guys. I like it, you know. A couple of minor problems, nothing major, but it's really hard to not like a figure like this. It's super simple. There's not much going on. And unless like the paints were like a complete mess, you know, that would have been a major problem. But they're not. So this is a cool figure, and definitely one if you like this costume that you should definitely get. It's super cool. Very, very happy to have this in my collection. One of the quintessential looks for Spidey for me. Alright guys, check out my Facebook page, Ultrazilla Toys. I will have picks up for this particular figure very soon. A little backed up on the pick taking, but I will be doing that soon. And if you can like, comment, subscribe here, that would be super appreciated. Until next time, peace out, peeps.